Hello everybody, hello. Let me make it ready here. Boom, hello. Right on time. Boom. Coffee. So how is everybody? All 5 of you? Anyway, today is gonna be exciting. Because I have been working on, as you know, in the last live stream, I worked on making this new destruction lab thing that I later pushed, so you can now try it in the open public multiplayer beta. But very soon I have a new update on the multiplayer beta, because I have been working on the town, because one of the things I need to at least be sure is in place before I can release this version, as the main one is to have at least many things, but one of the things is that I need to have the normal built-in maps working in multiplayer. So that's what I've been working on. Let me see here. Is the chat dead, or are you just not saying anything or typing anything? Let's see, boom. Anyway, I'm gonna show it anyway. So this is the current state. So I have to the left, I have 2 versions of the game here running, and to the left here, I'm gonna start up a new host on the town map, which is all new in this UI. We never seen that before. And then over here, I'm gonna join as a client. So that's the first thing actually I think we're gonna look at today, is fixing that you spawn facing the wrong way. And that's because I think this spawn location thing prefab that is in a map, it's not made so the player is actually rotated in the right direction. But we're gonna fix that, no problem. So let's join here with another player. And the funny thing is, for you guys, it will just look like, you know, yeah, this is exactly, you know, how it always was, no problem. What's all the fuss about? It looks the same, it works the same. The thing is, I had to and have to, because it's still not ready, and I can show you some of the things. First of all, I started out having a lot of issues with the arrows, because, yeah, due to the way the old destruction system worked, that doesn't work in multiplayer. So I had to get rid of that and then re-implement this new version of the destructible system I made, that I also used in the destruction lab map. So now it looks like it's all the same, but it's actually, I changed a lot actually. So you can see here, client and server, client and host, and if we just take a look here with the host here, so you can see the client can now pick up this one and place it like this or whatever. Oh, I need to put some sound on too. So, and you can see over to the left on the host that, yeah, this guy is actually moving this one around. That didn't work before at all, and it still doesn't work for a lot of things, but I know how to fix it, so it's just a matter of time. I have been focusing on the destruction thing. Okay, let me just test something. Is the chat dead or? Okay, it is actually working. Okay, so nobody's just not saying anything. But fair enough, no problem. I just wanted to make sure it works. Okay, but anyway, so it looks like it used to, which is kind of the point. But just know, it wasn't that easy. But you can see here the client, for instance, can take these things and move around, and the host can see it. However, if you pay attention here to this chair, for instance, or one of the other things over here, I haven't network enabled them yet. So if I take up this chair, you will see it's only moving on the client over here to the right, and the host can then take the same chair and move it over here. So this is the same goes for the box, and these red ones here, they are currently only client side. So their position and rotation is not synchronized. Hello, Amnesty. And Konako. Okay, so chat is working. That's good. So it's just to show how client stuff, specific stuff is. Anyway, what I have fixed, I was actually playing or spending a lot of time on yesterday was, and we can try and do it with the client here, is these trucks here, because they were built in a way that was not fun for multiplayer. But I made it work, so now you can actually see that it's moving when I'm moving it, so it's kind of synchronized. Even the doors here are synchronized, you know, you can see they move same. I can even jump into it, and of course see through here. Can I lift it up? Well, I never tried that actually, but that's not working super well, but that's just physics being sus in multiplayer. And also the wheels are turning, but that's not 100% working correctly. On the client, you can see they are spinning kind of the wrong way. But it's a detail I'm not gonna chase right now, because it's not that important. What is important is that you can blow it up. So let's try that. Let's see how that goes. So now you get the destruction from two angles. Right is the client, left is the host. And there you see, boom. And please note that the things are synchronized. So the wheels are at the same location here. I know for players, it's just like, yeah, of course, else it wouldn't be multiplayer if you didn't see things the same places, but that's kind of the challenge for a developer to make that work and happen. So you see this also working here. So, and actually the same goes, and we can do kind of a little destruction thing. Let me show you one more thing before we destroy everything. You can see the client here to the left or to the right. Don't see the light, and that's another thing I need to fix. You can see here the lights in the shop should be turned on, and the lights up here should be turned on. On the host here to the left, it's turned on, but on the client, it's turned off. And the reason for that is that, as I think that's the reason, the logic I have for turning these on and off is not run when it's spawned, you could say. It's only run, you know, now. So if I change the time, I think, you know, if I go to day, so it shuts down, you know, now it's the same, you can see. And then I continue past that, so it becomes dark again. Then they should turn on in both cases. So it's a general issue actually that has been there for a while, and it's also affecting other things. Like I think that these lights would be the same if I changed it to day and joined by the client. These might not be synchronized. Anyway, at least not until one cycle of day and night has gone. Okay, but anyway, yeah, easy fix. If it's the wheel you talk about, Konako, I might want to talk to you, because I have put on, you know, transforms that should synchronize the rotation, but it does this weird thing, and I think it's because it's going around or whatever. I don't know if you fixed it in your car mod back when that was working in multiplayer, but anyway, yeah. So these lights I'm gonna fix so they actually work when you spawn, so they're synchronized. That's what I'm planning to fix today, and the player location or the player direction when you're spawning. But before we log out now, let's move over here. So let's place the host here so you can see the entire town. And then we kind of go nuts with the client over here. So the client is doing stuff, and you will be able to see him over to the left there in a moment. So let's do the classic fireworks mania thing and blow everything up. Oh yeah, the town currently, and I don't know if I'm gonna, and that's maybe also a question for you. I don't know if I'm gonna fix it, I'm gonna change it or whatever, but the Cody's fireworks store, you know, that is over here, we get to in a moment, that is currently disabled, or it's currently actually removed, because that was causing a lot of issues in multiplayer, because there's a lot of fireworks in there that it needs to spawn, and it's some problems with prefabs being under prefabs being, you know, network objects being children and of other game objects or network objects. Anyway, the thing is, I have to come up with something here. Either I have to make it work and I think I know how I can do that, but I could also do something different over here. Have the same building, just like, you know, I put a COVID sign closed thing back in under the pandemic and all that. So I could do something other fun over here maybe. But I don't know how, but I think still this fireworks store is kind of an important thing, but maybe it shouldn't be that filled, or I don't know. I will figure something out. But in this version, I'm gonna hopefully push this week to you guys. The Cody fireworks store will not be there for now. Yeah, I could put a sign, something, we were robbed or something like that. Yeah, I could do that. I usually come up with silly in-game jokes like that when I'm either too lazy to fix something, but the main reason is time. So let's say we are actually starting to be here. And as you know, for some of you who have played the Destructible map, this Destruction Lab map, you will know that these buildings can blow up. Also, I actually network enabled these ones, so maybe if I throw it this way, the host can see it. I don't know how far I can throw it. Oh, it's coming there. Oh. Okay, let's see again, just for the fun of it. Whoop. Woo. Okay. Okay, it's gone. But you saw it. It was flying there. Okay. So let's see here. And also let's see some... Let's do top right here, and then over to the other. In the other one, we do network on top left, so we can see what is being sent and received. And let's see now. So what you should be aware of is, you can take a look at how much traffic is sent here in these. Okay, I can't show you that right now. I need to do. So you can see here the traffic, this one, the traffic, how much it's sending. What you can also pay attention to is over here, where you can see, you know, things flying around, and you should see it kind of synchronized, you know, host, client. So I don't know if I should run up here. Yeah, let's see what happens. Wish me luck. And let's see if it works. And then we look in the console afterwards. So here we are. Yeah, an empty fireworks store. Yeah, I will just put out of stock or something like that. I can do that. So here we see some nice destruction, and if we can quickly get the host over here, he can also enjoy the view here of the mayhem. The big house is gone. So, and here you will see that things are again synchronized. So it's actually the same they are seeing. Again, you would expect that, but it's not automatically done. So you can see things are actually working. For instance, this one is not currently synchronized. So you see this one is placed over here in the client, but in the host it's actually here. So that's something I could also, if we get the other things done, I could look into fixing each of these. It's actually pretty simple. One house blew up. Was it only one house? The big one, and then okay, but okay, I hear you. It's not good enough. You want to see more? No problem. Let's do it. Yeah, we need to test it properly. Yeah, of course. Because this is what 99% of the people playing is doing. So let's see. Oops, let's turn around. And you see something there too that is not synchronized. You can see where he's here. So you see the host here is not seeing the chimney, but this one is, and that's because again this one is not synchronized. So, but that's easy to fix. Just fixing the individual objects being synchronized is easy enough because it's they are all prefabs, and yeah, the way that works is pretty easy to fix. Yes, the nuke out. I don't know. I would actually like to test that. You know how the map and multiplayer reacts to the nuke, because at that point, when I'm doing like this, where it's the propanes, that it's kind of whoops, where is it? Oh, where? Don't I have a? I just thought I had a scene where I was like the screen in the corner. Anyway, no, I was saying yeah, how to react, because when I'm doing with the propanes, the destruction is kind of spread out over time because they kind of chain react with kind of a delay, whereas with the nuke it's also spread out a little, I guess, the way he's doing it, but it's still much more the same at the same time. So I don't know how the host will feel when that happens, when he needs to send that out to X amount of clients. No, the church is not standing. No. Oh, well, yeah, okay. It is kind of standing, but that's more coincidence. But so let's see here. So all of these yellow ones, they are just something I worn out in the console. Or when I'm in the editor, so you won't see that. It's just some other stuff. So you can see here there's not a lot of errors. There's actually no errors on the client except for these warnings, but I know what that is. And it's just basically saying to myself, please remember to implement this more nicely. I do, however, see some issues here on the oh yeah, that's yeah, it's the church, and I think actually it's I think this might actually be happening when parts of the when the church explodes, it's basically one network object that have multiple different items in it. And I think maybe what is happening is that some of these items are going under the map and therefore hitting the object catcher, which is something I made. So because else, if things are falling over the edge of the map, which can happen pretty often, or through the floor, it will just keep falling and stay in the game. You can't see it, but it will keep updating it. So I made this collider beneath the map that catches all these things and then destroy it if it hits. And I think this one is happening when parts of a network object, in this case the church, goes below the map or outside the map and therefore is destroyed. But yeah, I don't know, I have to check in. It's funny that it's or maybe it's but it's funny enough always the church that have this problem. But anyway, I'm not gonna investigate that now. It's not a major thing. But as you can see, it was working. So that's nice. So let me look here at the first one. So we need to change the player spawn logic, because as you saw, the town. So you saw that when you're spawning, you're facing the wrong way. So we need to fix that. And over here we have the player spawn location, and I think that it's, and I would think that it would be, I'm actually not sure which way is the forward. I think this C1 is the forward, so it would be like that. So let's just, for fun, just turn it like that. So we've so this is the local one, yeah. So just to see if it actually works, let's rotate him like weirdly, not straight this way or straight this way. So let's do like this first, and let me just quickly try that, just to see that it's not, just to be sure that it's not working. Yeah, the positive C would be the forward, but I think, and that's what I need to, something is telling me that I tried to fix this at some point and then there was some issues with it, but we'll figure out in a moment. Oh, that's so annoying. So start again. Stella, I'm not adding more fireworks right now. I'm focusing on getting the foundation for the game to work. But I'm extending the mod tools so people can do various stuff. And actually Amnesty have already, because in this, I don't know when you have been here last time or if you're following along in the news about the game, but I'm working on multiplayer, and part of that is basically the next version, the major update for the game, which includes fireworks, which includes multiplayer and a lot of other stuff. And one of the other stuff is native shell and mortar. So, okay, okay. And now I forgot to see it because I was talking. But I think we have a respawn. That should put him back. Oh! It is actually working. He's facing that. Let's try something here. No, let's see. Okay. No. See, his rotation is the way he was facing here. So he's not rotated. You can see if I look this way, and then when I'm taking back to the respawn. But that might, I'm not sure that it's actually the same logic. Let me try something. Let's try again quickly. Oh yeah, you're right. I should actually. Let me quickly do that. Let me switch to studio mode, and let me switch to HUD, and let me is it? It's no, it's the display. This one, bottom text. Yes. So current status. That's not tweaking shell more. It's what I'm doing. I'm working on. Basically working on making default maps work in multiplayer. That's it. Again, the rest of it is you can try multiplayer right now. Boom. So updated. Boom. Let's go. Yes. Yeah. Set the rotation. Yeah, exactly. But something is telling me that it's not that simple. But let's see. Oh, you mean the community making fireworks? Yeah, but I'm sure people will. Right now, it's kind of low season for fireworks, and attention for the game, for that matter, and also the attention is also little down for the game because the game that the public see haven't really been updated in like 1.5 years since I started on multiplayer, because then from that point on everything has been going on in the multiplayer branch. So therefore, and I haven't updated the mod tools or anything, but once we get closer to a release of this multiplayer version, let me just switch back to this. We will most likely see more modders coming back and new modders coming in. But in case of fireworks, I know already Amnesty have made, I don't know, 100 plus something shells for the new shell system, and they are really nice. So yeah, you can just check that out, or we can just remind me next time we join the game. I can just take one of his mods and you can see. This is not the one. So yeah, where do we spawn stuff? That must be the host network something. Isn't that where we spawn? Let's see here. Start host, find host, no, refresh. No, that's maybe the shared. I can't remember where it's placed. Let's see, spawn player there. So I also need, by the way, Konako, that's mainly for you because you're the only one knowing about this, I guess. But I should also look into these new RPCs. You know, these are really not deprecated, but they are old, and I think you can see I have these server only method that I need to call and blah blah blah, and I think I can do something smarter with the new RPC, so I don't have to have these extra ones. You know, this can only be called on the server and is called on the server, and this one needs to be called on a client. So yeah, it makes it a little unnecessarily complicated. Anyway, but I think I can fix that with the new RPCs, but I haven't spent time on it because it's not important right now. Anyway, so let's see here. Spawn as player object. Where are we setting where he needs to spawn? Spawn as player. Okay, it must be some other place. Player. Let's do it some other way. Please spawn location. Let's see where that script is used. Player respawn. Okay, so it's actually using that. That's the command, set position. So you see, I'm actually setting the position and rotation. It's really weird. It's not working. This might be hard to do, but it would be cool if you could pick up the motor and light it off. You can, I think. Yeah, you can pick it up, Sullivan. There is a bug currently, so it's like when it shoots off, if you throw it afterwards, it shoots again. So there's kind of a bug, but I think you can. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct, Gonako. It's the player. So I need to. Okay. Oh yeah, but you can see. No, but I'm setting it here. That's why I'm using this controller here. You see? So this one should actually work. But apparently it doesn't. And this motor thing. Yeah, but this should set it on the motor here, so it should actually do it correctly. And that's the weird thing. But yeah, you can see, and that's actually a little weird, but the player is spawned via a controller on itself, which is kind of weird. Also because I think there is something you can do. I saw somewhere in the documentation something where you could override something, or you could decide where the player spawned. Let me do some goggling here. Unity NTO. Set player spawn position. Spawn points? No, that's not it. Custom player spawning. That's old. What? Sync var. Bla bla bla. Nej. Hello, Lucas. Doing some googling. I'm just pretty sure I saw something about it in the documentation. I could maybe also go to the documentation. That might be... 56. Let me just check something. There was something like, oh, so annoying. Pretty sure I saw something where it was like, oh, I need to remember that. That's something with the... but it was like a method you could, or it was kind of a callback where you could do something. Oh, was it in the, maybe in the, was it in the client connected maybe? No, that's just, that's not it. Approve. Ah, response. Here, precision rotation. I think that's it. So when I approve one, let's just check this one out in the documentation. Send approval, blah 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 blah. Position, rotation, the position and rotation of the player when spawned. Boom, that's it. Okay, okay. So we can do it here. Not here, but here where it's actually where the player, when the player is approved here. Maybe I should zoom in so you can actually see what I'm doing. So let's do something here. So we want to do that, and we should, because the host is already running at this point. So we can also let's try it for now. I really don't want to find this player spawn location every time a player spawns. That's not smart. So really I should cache it once the let's do that. I can't live with this. It's not good. So let's see when we have some common method, ensure blah 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 blah, and some base class here, yes, blah blah blah. Start. Start as host. Okay, so we have a start host, we have a start server. Okay, this one is the one we need. Okay, cool. Okay. So it does some things, populate blah 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 blah, and here we just set oops, the spawn location. Yeah, we could do it here. So when we are setting up the lobby and network manager prior to host, and we do that after the game has been loaded, or this map has been loaded, so we should have access to it here. And that spawn location. Maybe we shouldn't do that, because what if there is no spawn location? Then it should just start in 0.0. So maybe we should actually, yes, that's what we do. We will say, we will actually do something like this. So we find it here, and then I'll move it in a moment. So we do a private vector, oops, vector 3. Exactly, I'm gonna do some, just because I'm thinking some steps ahead, because this one, if I can't find any player spawn location in the map, right now I know it's there because I built the map, but it could be a modded map where somebody forgot this location or something like that. Which of course I should avoid by having some validation when you build a mod, but let's forget about that. So what I want to do is that I want to try and find this, and if I can't find it, I don't want to save this one, because if there is none, I can't save that. So I just want to say player spawn position, oops, and then I start that one with vector 0, and I'm going to do a quotation, which is a quaternion, player spawn rotation, identity, blah blah, and not velocity. It should be vector 3. So like that. So then we can say if the spawn location, so if the spawn location is, and then we can use this on not null, which is an extension method to actually check if stuff is there. And then we can say, so if it's different from null, we just set it to player like spawn position equals spawn location dot transform dot position, boom, and player spawn rotation equals spawn location transform rotation, blah 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 blah, boom. And else, if it doesn't find it, we just don't do anything, because remember we initialize it at identity, which is kind of a 0 rotation, and position 0 is just 0.00, so that would be center of the map, or at least center of the world, and then of course the modder can place the map where he wants. But anyway, so this is something we save in the host in this host network manager, and blah 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 blah. Let's get back here, and then we set it up here. We could also do a method call really to that would be more sweet. Let's do that. Let's put it in here, and then set up player spawn position and rotation. Oops. And this is just to make it so this method doesn't grow completely crazy. So we just do like this, and then we call this up here. Then this is easier to read, because then you can see, okay, ensure network command, load band client, set config, do some public and private member lobby data, populate, blah blah blah, set up spawn position location, blah 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 blah. So it's just a way to structure the code so it's a little easier to read. And then it goes down here, finds the spawn location. If it can find it, it sets it, else it doesn't, and then we are just stuck with the default values. Perfect. Okay, and this method is used both in the start host and the start server. So that is the dedicated server version and the self-hosted version. You don't care. So let's get back to the approval thing, because that's where we can set it. So now we can actually go back to where we need to use it, because this response thing, we can set a position, which is the player spawn position, and the respawn rotation. Whoops. Rotation equals player spawn rotation. Boom. So this might fix it. So when we spawn, we don't want to do this anymore. Well, actually we do, because we still want to find it. We just don't want to spawn ourselves when we spawn, because the other one will handle that. And I think by doing it this way, we also avoid the case where normally when people are joining the game, they are kind of, it looks like they are teleporting, because really they are starting in 0.00, and then they are quickly moved to wherever this player spawn location is placed. Anyway, so the player don't spawn itself anymore. It just gets the initial values, so it knows for when you run this FM player respawn, which is a command you can use if you get stuck or whatever. Then you can respawn back to the spawn point. Then we still try to set the position and rotation, but for some reason it doesn't really work. But I don't care. Now it's there. Maybe it's because I'm using the local rotation. Why is it not just... Let's try this instead. Let's fix this too, because it wasn't working when I was using that respawn feature. Okay, so let's see if it builds. Yeah, I don't know why I set it to local actually. Maybe that's why it wasn't working for this part. Okay, anyway. this is either way. This is a better way of doing it. Because now I'm doing it correctly. Because now I'm actually using the approval response to tell where the player should spawn, which makes total sense, right? So the host decides where to spawn and not the player itself. Anyway, let's try just a single player here first, or just one client host. And let me get that. Are you still here, Stella? Have you seen some of Amnesty's stuff? Let's do a little mod shout out thing, or show off, or what is it called? Just as a little bonus. Not that we should spend too much time on it, but Amnesty Shell Collection, let's just try this one. Okay, I already have it. Wait a second, let me do it like this. Unsubscribe from all, go in here, yes, and his mortars, and then we take, I really like the Simpsons characters, I don't know why. So let's try again, boom. Hello, Racing Man. So this is the 0.0.0 location. Why is he spawning here? Okay, so when I respawn I get here, but I'm not rotated correctly. Nice, then nothing works. Okay, let me try something. Let's go in here and put a breakpoint. Both here and in the set up player spawn position here. So let's try that. Welcome to game dev or development in. So let's update your maps. So it finds it here and it's the position. Oh, okay, it's right here. So it's set and it's set. Okay, so the position are right. No, because you have the player locate, but the player might be rotating wrongly. But so we set it here. Okay, perfect. Let's see. So then he's spawned, and we get the same here. That's fine. Oh, Gonago, can you undo a mod to a project? Because there was a guy asking me for that, and I was pretty sure it was not possible. Okay, I can't remember who it was, but there was something. I had a long chat back and forth with where he needed to he lost the project and he wanted to continue on it, but he couldn't undo the mod. Of course, a saucy cat can do it. I know. But no, map developers don't have to do anything other. You have the player location anyway. So the only thing you have to fix is that if we are suddenly facing the way that the player's location is facing, then you might need to, turn it. But it's kind of, not a big deal. But anyway, what you should fix, Kelusar, is your character mods. Because they are not working. Because I broke something. Because it's only in private beta. Am I forgetting something in this? Maybe I should read a bit more. let me read up on the docs because I'm clearly too fast. This is our connection through. Maybe I shouldn't do like this. So that's the shared one. Spawn as player. You know what? I think actually. I think let me just. So is this okay? So this is called. Let's start host. I think I know why it's not working. I think it's because I'm manually spawning it, so maybe I should move it. Okay. You know what? Let's try something. Set up this one. I think maybe. So when this is spawned, no. You know what? I think I will try and let me try something else. Let's try and change this. So instead of having the shared network manager spawn the player, right now I have a method called and I think it's from back in the day where I needed to do it in another way. Request plus spawner. It's because it needs to send this data. That's correct. But we could just do that anyway. Anyway, this one was normally spawning the player, but let's try not do that. Now I'm just messing around now. So now this is not done by the shared one, and I can change that, but this is okay. Approval, and then we actually say that it should create player object. So now we let the system create the player object, and we do that in here where it's actually approved. And then we of course need to tell the player prefab hash, which will be player prefab dot get component network object And now we are just saying that it's here, and then we can do like that. We should check for null and stuff like that. Let's try this one. I know you guys are most likely not following, but I'm changing things up a bit. But this is actually more true, I mean, my more correct way of doing it. I just had to do it the other way before I started using lobbies. But now that I'm using lobbies, I can maybe do this. Okay. Anyway, we just need to remember one thing, because if you might remember, I added a new field to the host network manager, so I need to go in and assign a player prefab. But you all knew that. That's already assigned. What the? Did I have it already? No, I just made this. It's never you. Never assigned it. What? That's a bit weird. How can it be assigned already? Okay, that's weird. But anyway, we try and do like this. And let's see. What? I'm not breaking any scripts. I broke what? What did I break? I didn't break anything. Oh, so you can't ignite it? Okay. Oops. What? Okay, now everything is messed up. No, yeah, okay, the player spawn, yeah, no worries, you'll fix it. No, I'm not, I don't know if I broke anything, I don't think so. Maybe, let's see. But let me just do a note about the, be able to ignite mortar with shell. Oops. When holding in hand. Yeah, I don't think I actually tested that, but you might be right, Sullivan, that you can't do that. I'll just create a to-do on that. But I'm not going to look into it right now. There is something off, because this one is... Okay. A host network manager. Yes. And this is for sure... okay, wait a second. Okay, yeah, okay. I know. It's because it's not here. No, it's here. What? So this one, let's try and assign it to nothing, and then we assign it to player. Boom. Hello, juicy pizza. Let's see if it works now. It most likely don't, but Mm-hmm. But I don't get why start host. Yeah, so it's clearly this one, blah blah blah. Start host this one. Oh, the network manager. Hmm. 80. Yeah, so here. Okay, let's see. So we say approval this one. It's most likely this one that I think is null, but I disagree. But it's also weird that there's something off with this. Let's try it now. So approval there, position, yes, rotation, yes, create object, blah blah, and here it goes. Oh, so it is actually there. Okay. 9963. Um 9963. So it is the right. Okay. That is weird. Unable to call because client if not is server. Why should we suddenly call that? I messed up something. Just a second. Okay, I'm back in. I only have like 10 minutes, 15 minutes left today. Okay, so that was one thing. You can see how this is just a matter of spawning in the right direction. And I spent an hour on this so far. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, we don't. Of course, we shouldn't. Yeah, okay, but why is it being called by? So it's called by this one, which should only be really here and the host. So what's the big deal, man? Wait a second, is it because we are not? Let's try and do this. Come on. And this one, let's try and not do that. Then we maybe have some other issues, but I don't get it. It should work. I'll clean this up afterwards because there are some methods now that are called weird and shouldn't be called where they're called and blah 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 blah. Right now I just want to see it being spawned, because what I did before was that I manually spawned the player. And I can maybe go back to that actually. Because yeah, I can do that. But right now I just want to have the built-in way of spawning to work, because yeah, it should be okay. What? Handle connection approval. What? Okay, I have to go now. There's something calling me to